Remember when grandmothers seemed to have a solution for everything in the kitchen? Long before the internet and fancy gadgets, these wise women developed ingenious tricks that made cooking easier and more efficient. Today we're exploring 25 timeless kitchen hacks that have been passed down through generations. Let's start with using a binder clip for plastic bags. You know that drawer full of crumpled plastic bags that seems to multiply on its own? Grandma had the perfect solution that costs less than $1. Simply roll your plastic bags tightly into a neat cylinder and secure them with a large binder clip. This brilliant hack transforms that chaotic mess into an organized system that takes up a fraction of the space. The beauty of this method is that you can see exactly how many bags you have at a glance, and pulling one out doesn't create an avalanche of plastic. Many grandmothers would keep these rolled bundles in a dedicated drawer or hanging on a hook inside the pantry door. The binder clip also makes it easy to add new bags to your collection. Just unclip, add the new bag to the roll, and reclip. This simple organizational trick has saved countless kitchens from the dreaded plastic bag explosion that occurs when you open that one overstuffed drawer. Prevent potatoes from sprouting. This next hack sounds almost too simple to be true, but grandmothers have been using it for generations. By placing a single apple in your bag of potatoes, you can significantly extend their shelf life and prevent those unsightly sprouts from forming. The science behind this trick is fascinating. Apples release ethylene gas, which actually inhibits the sprouting process in potatoes. Your grandmother probably didn't know the chemical explanation, but she knew it worked. Store your potatoes in a cool, dark place like a pantry or cellar, add that apple, and you'll find your potatoes staying fresh for weeks longer than usual. Replace the apple every few weeks as it starts to soften. This hack was especially valuable in the days before widespread refrigeration, when families bought potatoes in bulk and needed them to last through the winter months. The key is using a firm, fresh apple. Varieties like Granny Smith work particularly well. Use a toothpick to test cake doneness. Before fancy digital thermometers and expensive cake testers, grandmothers relied on the humble toothpick to determine if their cakes were perfectly baked. This time-tested method remains one of the most reliable ways to check your baking. Simply insert a clean toothpick into the center of your cake, where it's thickest and takes longest to cook. If it comes out clean, or with just a few moist crumbs clinging to it, your cake is done. If there's wet batter on the toothpick, it needs more time. The beauty of this method is its simplicity and accuracy. Grandmothers would keep a small glass of toothpicks right next to the oven for this purpose. They knew that different cakes required slightly different indicators. Chocolate cakes might have a few fudgy crumbs, while vanilla cakes should come out completely clean. This hack also works for muffins, quick breads, and even brownies, though you might want slightly more residue on the toothpick for fudgier brownies. Refrigerate herbs. Fresh herbs can transform a dish, but they're notoriously quick to wilt and spoil. Grandmothers discovered that wrapping herbs in a slightly damp paper towel before refrigerating them could extend their life by a week or more. The moisture from the paper towel provides just enough humidity to keep the herbs from drying out, while the refrigerator's cool temperature slows down decay. Wrap herbs like parsley, cilantro, and dill loosely in the damp towel, then place them in a plastic bag with a bit of air inside. Don't seal the bag completely. Herbs need to breathe. For hardier herbs like rosemary and thyme, you can skip the damp towel and store them in a dry paper towel instead. This method works so well that many professional chefs still use it today. Some grandmothers would even revive slightly wilted herbs by trimming the stems and standing them in a glass of water in the fridge, just like a bouquet of flowers. Remove eggshells with a slotted spoon. We've all been there, cracking eggs into a bowl only to have a piece of shell fall in with the egg. Trying to fish it out with your fingers or a regular spoon can be frustrating, as the shell seems to slip away every time. Grandma's solution was elegantly simple. Use a slotted spoon. The slots allow the egg white to drain through while the spoon easily captures the shell fragment. The curved shape of the spoon and its smooth edges make it much more effective than trying to chase the shell around with your finger or a knife. Some grandmothers kept a small slotted spoon specifically for this purpose, hanging it right next to their mixing bowls. Another variation of this trick involved using the larger half of the broken eggshell itself to scoop out the fragment. The sharp edge of the shell attracts the piece like a magnet. This hack has saved countless cakes, cookies, and omelets from unwanted crunchy surprises. Add salt to boiling water. This fundamental cooking tip has been passed down through countless generations of home cooks. Adding salt to your pasta water doesn't just season the pasta, it actually helps it cook more evenly and prevents sticking. Grandmothers knew to add about a tablespoon of salt per pound of pasta, making the water taste like mild seawater. The salt raises the boiling point of the water slightly, which helps the pasta cook more uniformly. It also seasons the pasta from the inside out, something you can't achieve by adding salt after cooking. The starch molecules in the pasta absorb the salted water, resulting in better flavored noodles. Many Italian grandmothers would taste the water before adding pasta. If it didn't taste properly seasoned, neither would the pasta. This simple addition makes such a difference that professional chefs consider it one of the most important steps in pasta preparation. The salt also helps maintain the pasta's texture, preventing it from becoming too soft or mushy. Save wilted lettuce. Before the days of perfectly controlled refrigeration, lettuce would often wilt, especially during hot summers. Rather than throwing it away, resourceful grandmothers discovered a remarkable revival method. Soak wilted lettuce leaves in a bowl of cold water with a pinch of sugar for about 30 minutes. The cold water helps the cells in the lettuce absorb moisture and firm up again, while the sugar provides a tiny bit of food for the plant cells, helping them recover their structure. After soaking, spin the lettuce dry or pat it gently with paper towels. This trick works because wilting is often just dehydration rather than decay. The lettuce won't be quite as crisp as when it was fresh, but it will be perfectly fine for salads or sandwiches. Some grandmothers added ice cubes to the water for extra coldness, which helped the lettuce crisp up even more. This hack has saved countless heads of lettuce from the compost bin. Make perfectly soft butter. Cold butter straight from the refrigerator can be a baker's nightmare, but leaving it out too long can make it too soft. Grandmothers who didn't have the luxury of planning ahead discovered that the microwave could be their friend with the right technique. The trick is to microwave the butter for just a few seconds at a time, never more than 5 to 10 seconds, and always cover it with a paper towel. The paper towel serves two purposes. It prevents splattering if you accidentally overheat the butter, and it helps distribute the heat more evenly. The key is to microwave in short bursts, checking and rotating the butter between each interval. For a standard stick of butter, about 15 to 20 seconds total is usually enough, but this varies by microwave strength. The butter should give slightly when pressed, but not be melting. This hack became especially popular in the 1980s when microwaves became common household appliances, revolutionizing how grandmothers approached baking. Freeze fresh herbs in olive oil. This brilliant preservation method allows you to enjoy fresh herbs year-round while adding convenience to your cooking. Chop fresh herbs like basil, oregano, rosemary, or thyme, pack them into ice cube trays, and cover with olive oil before freezing. Each cube becomes a perfect portion of herbs and oil ready to drop into soups, sauces, or sauté pans. The oil prevents freezer burn and preserves the herbs' essential oils and flavors much better than freezing them alone. Grandmothers who grew their own herbs would prepare dozens of these cubes at the end of summer when herbs were abundant. The frozen cubes can last up to 6 months in the freezer when stored in a sealed bag after the initial freezing. This method is particularly excellent for tender herbs like basil that don't dry well. You can also customize your cubes, mixing different herbs together or using different oils like coconut oil for Asian dishes. Use a potato peeler to peel vegetables. While it might seem obvious now, the potato peeler was revolutionary when it became widely available, and grandmothers quickly discovered it wasn't just for potatoes. The key to Grandma's technique was the angle and pressure, holding the peeler at about 45 degrees and using long, smooth strokes rather than short, choppy ones. This method removes just the outer skin without wasting the flesh underneath. Grandmothers found that peelers worked beautifully on carrots, cucumbers, butternut squash, and even tomatoes when they needed to be peeled for sauces. The trick with harder vegetables like butternut squash was to use a rocking motion, using the peeler's sharp edge to get under the tough skin. They also discovered that keeping the peeler sharp by occasionally running it over a sharpening steel made the job much easier. Some grandmothers kept different peelers for different tasks, a straight peeler for long vegetables and a Y peeler for round ones like apples. Store brown sugar with a slice of bread. Brown sugar's tendency to turn into a rock-hard brick has frustrated bakers for generations. But grandmothers found a simple solution that's still used today. Placing a slice of fresh bread in your brown sugar container keeps it soft and scoopable for weeks. The sugar absorbs just enough moisture from the bread to stay soft without becoming too wet. White bread works best because it's neutral in flavor and won't affect the sugar's taste. Replace the bread slice every few weeks or when it becomes hard. This hack works because brown sugar hardens when it loses moisture, and the bread provides a steady, gentle source of humidity. Some grandmothers used apple slices or marshmallows for the same purpose, but bread was usually more readily available. For already hardened sugar, placing it in a sealed container with a slice of bread for 24 hours will soften it again. This trick was especially valuable when brown sugar came in boxes rather than resealable bags. Clean cast iron with salt. Cast iron skillets were kitchen workhorses for generations, and grandmothers knew exactly how to maintain them without modern cleaning products. After cooking, while the pan is still warm, sprinkle coarse salt generously across the surface and use a paper towel or cloth to scrub away food residue. The salt acts as a gentle abrasive that removes stuck food without damaging the pan's seasoning. Never use soap, as it can strip away the protective layer that gives cast iron its non-stick properties and distinctive flavor. After scrubbing with salt, rinse with hot water and dry immediately to prevent rust. Then apply a thin layer of oil to maintain the seasoning. This method has kept cast iron pans in families for generations, with many people still using their grandmother's skillet today. The salt cleaning method is so effective that it's still recommended by cast iron manufacturers. For stubborn residue, grandmothers would sometimes heat the salt in the pan first, making it even more effective at lifting stuck-on food. Keep bananas fresh longer. Bananas seem to go from green to overripe in the blink of an eye, but grandmothers discovered that wrapping the stem area with plastic wrap could slow down the ripening process by several days. This works because bananas release ethylene gas from their stems, which triggers ripening. By wrapping the stems tightly with plastic wrap or aluminum foil, you trap the gas and slow down the process. For even better results, separate the bananas and wrap each stem individually. This hack can extend the life of your bananas by 3 to 5 days. Some grandmothers would also hang bananas from a hook or banana tree to prevent bruising from surface contact, which also speeds ripening. If you want to speed up ripening instead, place bananas in a paper bag with an apple or already ripe banana. This concentrates the ethylene gas and ripens them faster. The plastic wrap trick became especially popular in the 1950s when plastic wrap became widely available in American households. DIY ice cream maker. Long before expensive ice cream makers, grandmothers were creating creamy frozen treats with just a food processor and frozen fruit. Simply freeze your favorite fruits until solid. Bananas, berries, mangoes, or peaches work wonderfully. Then blend them in a food processor until smooth and creamy. The natural sugars and fiber in the fruit create a texture remarkably similar to soft-serve ice cream. Bananas are particularly magical for this hack because they become incredibly creamy when frozen and blended. Add a splash of milk or cream for richness, a drop of vanilla extract for depth, or mix in chocolate chips or nuts after blending. This method produces a healthier alternative to store-bought ice cream with no artificial ingredients or preservatives. Grandmothers would make large batches when fruit was in season and cheap, storing portions in the freezer for treats throughout the year. The key is to let the frozen fruit sit for a minute or two before blending to prevent damaging your food processor. Use baking soda to freshen your fridge. This classic grandma hack has been around since refrigerators became common household appliances. An open box of baking soda in your refrigerator absorbs odors and keeps your food tasting fresh. The sodium bicarbonate in baking soda neutralizes both acidic and basic odor molecules, effectively eliminating smells rather than just masking them. Place the open box on a back shelf where it won't get knocked over, and replace it every 3 months. Write the date on the box so you remember when to change it. Some grandmothers would pour baking soda into a small dish instead of leaving it in the box, increasing the surface area exposed to air for better absorption. The used baking soda doesn't have to go to waste. While it's no longer suitable for baking, it's perfect for cleaning tasks like scrubbing sinks or freshening drains. This hack became so popular that baking soda companies started designing boxes specifically for refrigerator use with removable sides for better airflow. Peel tomatoes easily. Peeling tomatoes for sauces and soups can be tedious, but grandmothers perfected a blanching method that makes the skins slip off effortlessly. Score an X on the bottom of each tomato with a sharp knife, then drop them into boiling water for 30 to 60 seconds until you see the skin starting to curl at the X. Immediately transfer them to a bowl of ice water to stop the cooking process. The rapid temperature change causes the skin to contract and separate from the flesh. After a minute in the ice bath, the skins will peel away easily with your fingers or a paring knife. This technique preserves the tomato's texture and flavor better than trying to peel with a knife, which wastes flesh and creates uneven results. Grandmothers canning tomatoes in late summer would process dozens at a time using this method. The blanching water can be saved and used as a light tomato broth for soups or cooking grains. Prevent garlic from sprouting. Garlic that sprouts develops a bitter taste and loses its potency, but proper storage can prevent this for months. Grandmothers knew to store garlic in a cool, dry, dark place with good air circulation, never in the refrigerator where moisture encourages sprouting. A mesh bag or basket in the pantry works perfectly. The ideal temperature is around 60 degrees Fahrenheit with low humidity. Avoid storing garlic near potatoes or onions as they release moisture and gases that accelerate sprouting. Whole heads of garlic stored properly can last up to 6 months. Once you break open a head, use those cloves within 10 days for best flavor. Some grandmothers would preserve excess garlic by peeling cloves and storing them in olive oil in the refrigerator, though this must be used within a week for food safety. If garlic does sprout, remove the green shoot from the center before using, as it's the bitter part. Use a rubber band to remove a jar lid. Stubborn jar lids have met their match with this simple hack that grandmothers have used for decades. Wrap a thick rubber band around the circumference of the lid to provide extra grip and traction. The rubber creates friction between your hand and the smooth metal lid, giving you much better leverage. Wide rubber bands work best. The kind that come around broccoli or asparagus bundles are perfect. This trick is especially helpful for people with arthritis or limited hand strength. The rubber band can stay on the jar for future use, making it easier to open every time. Some grandmothers kept a dedicated drawer of rubber bands just for this purpose. For extra stubborn lids, combine this trick with running hot water over the lid for 30 seconds to expand the metal. The rubber band hack became particularly popular during World War II, when many women were opening jars alone while men were overseas. Make homemade pancakes fluffy. The secret to grandmother's impossibly fluffy pancakes wasn't buttermilk from the store. It was regular milk with a splash of vinegar. Adding 1 tablespoon of white vinegar or lemon juice to 1 cup of regular milk creates a perfect buttermilk substitute. Let it sit for 5 minutes until it curdles slightly. The acid in the vinegar reacts with the baking soda in your pancake batter, creating carbon dioxide bubbles that make pancakes rise and become fluffy. This reaction happens immediately when the wet and dry ingredients combine, so grandmothers knew to cook the pancakes right away for maximum fluffiness. They also knew not to overmix the batter. Lumps are perfectly fine and actually lead to more tender pancakes. The vinegar doesn't affect the taste at all once cooked. This hack was especially valuable during the Depression, when buttermilk was expensive or unavailable. Some grandmothers would make a large batch of this sour milk substitute and use it throughout the week for various baking projects. Organized drawers with dividers. A well-organized kitchen drawer was a point of pride for grandmothers, and they created clever divider systems long before stores sold specialized organizers. They repurposed small boxes, cut down cereal boxes, or used strips of wood to create custom compartments for utensils. Each tool had its designated spot, making cooking more efficient. The key was measuring the drawer first and creating dividers that fit snugly without wasting space. Grandmothers would cover cardboard dividers with contact paper to make them wipeable and more durable. This system meant you could find what you needed without rummaging, and everything stayed neat, even when the drawer was opened and closed frequently. They typically organized by function, all measuring spoons together, all sharp knives in one section, lined up safely, wooden spoons in another. This organization method extended beyond the kitchen to sewing supplies, office supplies, and bathroom drawers. The principle was simple but effective. Everything should have a home. Clean burnt pots with baking soda. Burnt pots seemed like disasters until grandmothers discovered the power of baking soda for cleaning. Sprinkle a generous amount of baking soda over the burnt area, add enough water to cover, and bring it to a boil. Let it simmer for 15 minutes, then turn off the heat and let it cool. The burnt residue will lift away easily with minimal scrubbing. For really stubborn burns, make a paste of baking soda and water, apply it to the burnt areas, and let it sit overnight. The alkaline nature of baking soda breaks down the burnt food particles without damaging the pot's surface. This method works on stainless steel, enamel, and even non-stick pans, though you should be gentler with non-stick surfaces. Grandmothers would often add a splash of vinegar after the baking soda for extra cleaning power. The fizzing reaction helps lift stubborn residue. This hack has saved countless pots from being thrown away and avoided the need for harsh chemical cleaners. Store your nuts in the freezer. Nuts contain oils that can go rancid quickly at room temperature, but grandmothers discovered that freezing them preserves their freshness for up to a year. The cold temperature prevents the oils from breaking down and developing that unpleasant, bitter taste. Store nuts in airtight containers or freezer bags to prevent them from absorbing odors from other foods. You can use frozen nuts directly in baking without thawing, or let them come to room temperature for snacking. This storage method is especially valuable for expensive nuts like pine nuts, macadamias, and walnuts. Grandmothers who bought nuts in bulk during sales could stock up without worry about waste. They would often toast large batches of nuts and then freeze them, ready to add to salads, cookies, or eat as snacks. The freezer storage doesn't affect the texture or nutritional value of the nuts. Label containers with the date and type of nut for easy identification. Make homemade croutons. Stale bread wasn't waste in grandmother's kitchen. It was an opportunity for delicious homemade croutons. Cut day-old bread into cubes, toss with olive oil, and season with salt, pepper, garlic powder, or Italian herbs. Spread on a baking sheet and bake at 375 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes, stirring once halfway through until golden brown and crispy. These homemade croutons taste infinitely better than store-bought and can be customized to your preferences. Use different breads for variety. Sourdough, whole wheat, rye, or even leftover hamburger buns work great. Grandmothers would make large batches when bread was about to go bad, storing the cooled croutons in an airtight container for up to a week. They knew that slightly stale bread actually works better than fresh because it's drier and crisps up more easily. Some would rub the bread with a garlic clove before cutting for extra flavor. This hack prevented food waste while adding a gourmet touch to simple salads and soups. Quickly ripen avocados. The frustration of hard avocados when you need them for tonight's dinner was solved by grandmothers with a simple paper bag trick. Place unripe avocados in a paper bag with an apple or ripe banana, fold the top of the bag closed, and leave it on the counter. The concentrated ethylene gas from the fruit speeds up the avocado's ripening process, turning rock-hard avocados usable in just 1 to 2 days instead of a week. For even faster results, add multiple ripe fruits to the bag. Check the avocados daily by gently pressing near the stem. They're ready when they give slightly to pressure. Once ripe, move them to the refrigerator to stop the ripening process and extend their usability by several days. This trick became essential knowledge as avocados became more popular in American kitchens during the 1960s and 70s. Grandmothers also discovered that wrapping individual avocados in newspaper achieved similar results, though not quite as quickly as the paper bag method. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed these timeless kitchen wisdoms, give it a like and share it with someone who appreciates clever cooking tricks. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Remember when Grandma could fix anything with what she had in her kitchen cupboard? Before we had a product for every problem, our grandmothers knew secrets that made life simpler and saved money too. Today we're exploring 25 ingenious home hacks from Grandma's playbook that surprisingly still work better than many modern solutions. Let's start with old stockings as dusting cloths. Back when pantyhose cost a pretty penny, throwing them away when they got a run seemed wasteful. Grandma discovered that old nylon stockings make the perfect dusting cloths. The static electricity in the nylon attracts dust particles like a magnet, and the fine weave catches everything without leaving any fibers behind on your furniture. Unlike modern microfiber cloths that need special washing, these old stockings could be rinsed out and reused dozens of times. The sheer material was gentle enough for delicate surfaces like picture frames and lampshades, yet effective enough to tackle ceiling fan blades. Many households in the 1950s kept a drawer full of retired stockings just for cleaning day. Vinegar for cleaning windows. That gallon jug of white vinegar under Grandma's sink wasn't just for pickling. She knew that a simple mixture of equal parts vinegar and water could clean windows better than any store-bought solution. The acetic acid in vinegar cuts through fingerprints, grease, and grime without leaving streaks or chemical residue. During the Depression era, when every penny counted, vinegar cost just pennies and could clean hundreds of windows. The sharp smell dissipates quickly, leaving nothing but crystal clear glass behind. Professional window cleaners today still swear by this method, charging premium prices for what Grandma did with a $2 bottle of vinegar. Rubber bands for stripped screws. Nothing frustrated Grandpa more than a stripped screw head. But Grandma had the solution sitting in her junk drawer. By placing a thick rubber band over the stripped screw head, you create extra grip for your screwdriver to catch. The rubber fills in the worn grooves and provides the friction needed to turn that stubborn screw. This trick saved countless trips to the hardware store and prevented having to drill out damaged screws. Office rubber bands work best because they're thicker than regular ones. Mechanics and carpenters still use this technique today, keeping rubber bands in their toolboxes right alongside their professional tools. Baking soda for deodorizing the fridge. Long before commercial fridge deodorizers hit the market, Grandma kept an open box of baking soda on the middle shelf. The sodium bicarbonate naturally absorbs odors rather than just masking them with artificial fragrances. One box could last 3 months, costing less than $1 compared to $15 specialty products. The science is simple. Baking soda neutralizes both acidic and basic odor molecules, creating a truly fresh environment. After its fridge duty, that same baking soda could be used to scrub the sink, making it double-duty frugal. Food actually stayed fresher longer because the baking soda absorbed moisture that could cause premature spoilage. Newspaper for cleaning windows. Before paper towels became a household staple in the 1960s, everyone cleaned windows with yesterday's newspaper. The newsprint doesn't leave lint like cloth towels, and the slight texture helps scrub away stubborn spots. The ink actually adds a subtle polish to the glass, leaving windows sparkling clean. Grandma would save the Sunday papers specifically for window cleaning day, getting 2 uses from one purchase. The key was to crumple the paper first, creating more surface area and texture for cleaning. Modern newspapers use different ink formulations, but the technique still works remarkably well, especially on mirrors and glass tabletops. Citrus peels to freshen the garbage disposal. Instead of buying expensive disposal cleaners, Grandma ground up lemon and orange peels to keep her disposal fresh. The natural oils in citrus peels cut through grease buildup, while the rough texture helps clean the blades. The citrus oils have antibacterial properties that eliminate odor-causing bacteria naturally. During canning season, when lemons were plentiful and cheap, she'd freeze extra peels specifically for this purpose. The fresh citrus scent would waft through the entire kitchen, acting as a natural air freshener too. Ice cubes made with lemon juice provided an extra cleaning boost, sharpening the blades while freshening. Salt to clean cast iron. Grandma's cast iron skillet was her prized possession, passed down through generations, and she knew exactly how to care for it. Coarse salt acts as a gentle abrasive that removes food particles without stripping the precious seasoning layer. She'd pour a handful of salt into the warm pan, scrub with a cloth or potato half, then rinse with hot water. This method prevented rust while maintaining that perfect non-stick patina that took years to develop. Modern dish soap can strip away seasoning, but salt preserves it while still achieving a thorough clean. That same skillet, maintained this way, could easily last another century. Old bread for polishing silver. When the good silver came out for holidays, Grandma didn't reach for harsh chemical polishes. She used stale bread, specifically the soft inside part, to gently buff tarnish from silver pieces. The mild abrasiveness of dried breadcrumbs removes oxidation without scratching the soft metal. During the Great Depression, when nothing went to waste, this method turned potential garbage into a useful household tool. The bread absorbed the tarnish rather than just moving it around like some cloths do. Fine silver dealers still recommend this technique for antique pieces that could be damaged by modern polishes. lemon to remove water stains from wood. Those white rings from sweating glasses on wood furniture didn't require expensive refinishing. Grandma knew that lemon juice's natural acidity could lift water stains without damaging the wood finish. She'd cut a lemon in half, rub it directly on the stain, then buff with a soft cloth. The citric acid breaks down the minerals left behind by water, while the oils in the lemon peel condition the wood. This method works on everything from antique tables to modern furniture, saving hundreds in refinishing costs. Sometimes she'd add a drop of olive oil for extra conditioning power. Baking soda in shoes. Before commercial shoe deodorizers existed, Grandma sprinkled baking soda in shoes overnight to combat foot odor. The powder absorbs moisture that bacteria need to multiply while neutralizing the acids that cause smell. Just a tablespoon per shoe worked magic by morning, and the excess could be tapped out easily. This trick was especially popular for work boots and children's sneakers that saw heavy daily use. The same box of baking soda could freshen dozens of pairs of shoes costing pennies per application. Athletes today still prefer this natural method over chemical sprays. Potato to clean a grater. After grating cheese or vegetables, cleaning those tiny holes seemed impossible until Grandma showed us her potato trick. Running a raw potato through the grater pushes out stuck food particles while the starch prevents your fingers from getting scraped. The potato's moisture helps loosen dried-on bits that resist normal washing. This technique works on both box graters and microplanes, tools that didn't even exist in Grandma's youth. The used potato could then go straight into the compost or soup pot, creating zero waste. Professional chefs still teach this method in culinary schools worldwide. Chalk to absorb moisture in drawers. Musty drawers and closets met their match with simple blackboard chalk. The calcium carbonate in chalk naturally absorbs excess moisture that causes mildew and odors. Grandma would tie several pieces in cheesecloth and tuck them in drawer corners or hang them in closets. One bundle could last months, silently protecting clothes from dampness and mustiness. This worked especially well in humid climates where modern dehumidifiers would be too expensive to run constantly. Toolboxes, tackle boxes, and silver storage all benefited from this moisture-fighting trick. Cucumber for shoe scuff marks. When leather shoes got scuffed, Grandma didn't panic or head to the shoe repair shop. She grabbed a cucumber from the garden and rubbed the fresh-cut surface on the scuff mark. The natural oils and mild acids in cucumber skin gently remove surface scratches while conditioning the leather. This worked on everything from Sunday church shoes to everyday work boots. The cucumber's moisture helps the leather fibers relax and reshape, essentially healing minor damage. Even expensive designer shoes respond well to this gentle, natural treatment. Baking soda for cleaning carpets. Before vacuum cleaners had special attachments and carpet shampooers existed, Grandma refreshed carpets with baking soda. She'd sprinkle it liberally, let it sit while she did other chores, then sweep or beat it out. The baking soda absorbed oils, odors, and even pulled up embedded dirt from deep in the carpet fibers. This monthly treatment kept carpets fresh between yearly deep cleanings, extending their life significantly. Pet owners especially appreciated how it neutralized accident odors completely. Today's carpet cleaning companies charge hundreds for what Grandma did with a 2-pound box, aluminum foil button replacement. In wartime, when everything was rationed, losing a button could mean losing the use of a garment. Grandma discovered that crumpled aluminum foil could serve as an emergency button replacement. She'd fold and shape the foil to fit through the buttonhole, creating a temporary but surprisingly durable fix. This hack saved many school uniforms and work shirts from retirement. The foil could be painted with nail polish to better match the garment. Some creative grandmas even made decorative foil buttons that became fashion statements. Tea bags for sunburn relief. Summer sunburns found relief in Grandma's tea cupboard rather than the medicine cabinet. Black tea contains tannic acid, which helps draw heat from burns and restores the skin's pH balance. She'd brew strong tea, let it cool, then apply the tea bags directly to burned skin. The antioxidants in tea actually help prevent skin damage at the cellular level. This remedy cost pennies compared to expensive aloe lotions and often worked faster. The same treatment soothed minor kitchen burns and insect bites, too. Frozen grapes for wine chilling. When unexpected guests arrived, Grandma had a clever way to chill warm wine without diluting it. She kept grapes in the freezer specifically for this purpose, dropping them in glasses like elegant ice cubes. The grapes chilled the wine perfectly while adding a subtle fruit enhancement to the flavor. Red grapes for red wine, green for white, became an unwritten rule. After finishing the wine, the alcohol-infused grapes made a sophisticated dessert. Modern wine enthusiasts have rediscovered this trick, paying premium prices for wine pearls that do the same thing. Cinnamon sticks as air fresheners. Long before plug-in air fresheners, Grandma knew that simmering cinnamon sticks created the most welcoming home fragrance. She'd keep a small pot on the back burner with cinnamon, cloves, and orange peels, adding water as needed. The natural oils released into the air had antibacterial properties while creating a cozy atmosphere. During holidays, this scent became part of cherished memories for generations of grandchildren. Dried cinnamon sticks placed in drawers and closets provided months of subtle fragrance. Real estate agents today still use this trick during open houses. Essential oils in tissue boxes. Grandma discovered that a drop or two of lavender oil on a tissue at the bottom of the box turned every tissue pull into an aromatherapy moment. The oil slowly diffused through the entire box, creating consistently scented tissues perfect for emotional moments. During cold season, eucalyptus oil helped clear sinuses with every nose blow. This simple trick cost pennies, but provided the luxury feeling of expensive scented tissues. Different oils for different rooms became her signature touch. Which of these clever hacks do you still use today? Olive oil for furniture polish. Commercial furniture polishes didn't exist when Grandma was keeping house, but her wood furniture gleamed nonetheless. She mixed olive oil with lemon juice, creating a polish that cleaned, conditioned, and protected wood simultaneously. The oil penetrated deep into the wood grain, preventing cracks and maintaining flexibility. Her dining table, polished this way for decades, still shows no signs of drying or damage. The lemon juice cleaned while the oil preserved, and the whole house smelled Mediterranean fresh. Antique dealers now recommend this exact formula for maintaining valuable pieces. Hair dryer for wrinkle removal. When traveling irons were heavy and inconvenient, Grandma discovered that a hair dryer could smooth wrinkles in a pinch. She'd hang the garment in the bathroom, spray lightly with water, then blow dry while pulling the fabric taut. The combination of heat and moisture relaxed fibers, just like steam ironing. This technique saved many last-minute outfit crises and worked especially well on delicate fabrics. Hotel travelers worldwide now use this hack when irons aren't available. The key was keeping the dryer moving to prevent heat damage. Coconut oil for sticky residue. Price tags and labels left stubborn adhesive residue until Grandma discovered coconut oil's secret power. The oil breaks down adhesive bonds while being gentle enough for any surface. She'd rub a small amount on the sticky spot, let it sit for a minute, then wipe clean with a cloth. This worked on everything from glass jars she wanted to reuse to furniture with old stickers. The coconut oil left surfaces conditioned rather than damaged like harsh chemicals might. Today's crafters pay good money for adhesive removers that don't work half as well. Cork for wall repairs. Small nail holes and dings in walls didn't require calling a handyman when Grandma had wine corks handy. She'd whittle the cork to fit snugly in the hole, push it in flush with the wall, then spackle over it. The cork provided solid backing that prevented the spackle from sinking in or cracking. This repair method lasted decades longer than just filling with spackle alone. Apartment dwellers especially appreciated this trick for getting security deposits back. The cork's natural flexibility meant it expanded and contracted with temperature changes without cracking. Tennis balls for dryer fluffing. Before dryer balls became trendy, Grandma threw clean tennis balls in with comforters and sleeping bags. The balls bounced around, breaking up clumps of filling and increasing air circulation for faster, more even drying. This trick cut drying time by up to 25%, saving electricity and preventing that burnt smell from overheating. The tennis balls also softened fabrics naturally through gentle agitation. She'd add a drop of essential oil to the balls for extra freshening power. Dryer sheets in shoes. At the end of their laundry life, dryer sheets found new purpose in Grandma's shoe collection. Tucked into shoes overnight, they absorbed moisture while leaving a fresh, clean scent. The anti-static properties actually helped repel dust and pet hair from shoe interiors. She kept used dryer sheets in a basket by the door for this specific purpose, getting weeks more use from each sheet. This trick worked especially well for athletic shoes and work boots that saw heavy use. The sheets could also freshen gym bags, storage boxes, and car interiors. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed discovering these 25 timeless tricks, give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom from yesteryear.